Hello everyone, I'm Jay. Welcome to the Malaysian Student Podcast, episode 11. So I'm the host of the day. Let's invite our today's podcasters, Felicia,
Hello.
Gohao,
What's up?
and the longest, Rishi.
You mean the tallest, right?
Yes, sorry.
Howdy, people!
Okay, so today we're going to talk about a topic related to education, which is in our education series. So today's our main topic would be studying. Yeah, as everyone knows, studying has an inseparable connection with teenagers. Yeah, which is us. However, there are still certain teenagers who haven't realized the importance of studying, and some of us may face some setbacks or obstacles while studying. Therefore, today we're going to talk about the following topics. The first one, I'm going to ask you guys, what is studying important to you?
So for me, studying is quite important for me because it's a way to repay back my parents because my parents actually uh, instill quite lots of money and effort into education, not only in me but also my siblings. And for me, I think maybe people will feel like a bit uh, bored of this studying is important, blah 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 things. But I think if you it's not something like if you don't study then you won't have future, but if you study you will create more opportunities for your future and it will be easier like your future path lah.
Yeah, I agree with what Felicia said, and the mainly part is studying is not only for ourselves, also we have to show our gratitude to our parents because they invest a lot in our education. Yeah, so that is very important also. And Go Hao, what about you? What is studying important to you? Go Hao,
I have no idea.
you have no idea. Okay, maybe.
Maybe before
Uh,
that I can share another thing is that um just for the audience in Fola, we are not going to be like motivational speaker and tell you guys studying is important, you should do this or that, but we are using our own experience to share with you guys things that we are going to talk later. So please don't feel like this is a bored episode. This is not going to be bored.
yeah, we're going to explore the topic from our perspective. Yeah.
Yes.
So, how about you, Rishi?
So, as both Felicia and Jay say, education is a way, studying well is a way to repay our parents. And more is after we graduate from our secondary school or college, I think university is the best one. After university, you must have a lot of options to choose from. So it's easier for us to pursue a career that we like and then go on with it. But if you don't study well, I'm not saying that if for every circumstance, but for most circumstances, if you don't study well, the opportunities are very limited, so that we can't choose what we want to be. So for me, studying is important so that my future will be direct and it will be much more easier to handle.
Yeah, I agree. Just like Rishi shared about us, uh, studying is like a way to create your chances in the future because maybe if your result is quite good and you have certain abilities, and not only for your certificates, based on your certificates and also your abilities, you maybe can have a lot of chances in your career. Yeah, and also from my point of view, studying is like what we have to do, not only for us, just like Felicia said, to repay our parents. Because my parents, I think every parent also the same, they invest a lot of money, a lot of time in education and to cultivate their children in their education. So, and for me, education and studying is very important because I can create my own future. I can be the one who choose, not I'm chosen. And also, I can meet a lot of people because if you study well, you can enter a good university, you can enlarge your social circle, and you can meet some good people. You can learn from them, and for your future. Yeah, so there's the importance of studying in a long term. Yeah,
Yep.
that's my own opinion.
I have one more thing to say.
Mm,
We have been seeing studying as a part of life, but we have to see studying as a learning process. But when we are studying, we are just gaining knowledge so that we will be able to survive in the future. So when we see studying process something as repetitive or something that's very boring, yes, it tends to seem boring. So it's the way study has become over the last few decades.
true.
Yep. I agree with that. Like, I think the right way to make studying not as broad as people think is to what's the word? Merge studying with your life. Like, apply the knowledge in your life and make jokes sometimes. Uh, and
Yeah,
also I think during the studying journey the one that matters or is not really the grade lah. The grade also matter, but the one that more important is the attitude and the values you build when you are learning.
yeah. It's not only for studying just for studying. Like you have to
Mm,
gain something valuable and beneficial in your life. Yeah.
yes.
Well, so good sharing for the first question. So now let's move on to the second one. And this is about the goal we set up in our studying. Yeah, maybe we can start from Gohao. What is your goal in studying?
My goal is studying. Well, I think my goal in studying is to just finish university and graduate with a decent grade and can get a really decent pay job, live a good life. That's about it.
Wow.
Well, this is
Mm,
very specific, Gohao.
That's, yeah, very
decent.
specific. He has
And
to
Gohao,
do.
after your SPM, what is the course you want to take? A level or STPM or what?
Ooh, this one this one have not really thought about it.
Yeah, maybe after SPM we can think deeply about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very important also. And how about Felicia?
I'm pretty sure you guys remember like we have organized a workshop post YEC for Project ID1, namely goal setting. And I actually do get benefit from that workshop is that goal setting must be stick with SMART, smart one. So
Smart.
uh and for my personal goal, it may be a bit personal lah, but the academic achievement that I hope to achieve for SPM is about uh we take how many subject 10 is it?
Yes.
10.
I think it's all A and some of them A plus. Some of them means the science stream subject
Majority.
yeah. And I think actually for me for the right now goal setting I actually only want myself to surpass the previous grade is enough. Like mm. So my goal is actually changing from time to time. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You want
Every
to surpass yourself.
improve every
Mm,
time,
Mm,
yeah.
constantly improving.
mm, yeah. That's good. That's good in studying. Like you have to consistently motivate yourself to become better.
Yes.
Yeah. So how about Rishi?
For me, after SPM, wait, I should say what I'm going, what I want to achieve in SPM, right?
Yes, if possible.
I'm aiming for straight A plus, but hope for the best. But
You can do
after,
it.
I hope for the best. But the thing is, after SPM, I have a kind of a roadmap what I'm going to do. So my ambition, as you all of you know, is to become a doctor. First of all, doctor, and then after that, move on with that lah.
Yeah.
So after SPM, I want to go for metrics if possible, and then
Mm.
after that, progressively go on and on lah. So for me,
Yeah.
setting goal is also very important. There must be two types of goals you set. The one goal is the ultimate one, what you want to achieve at the end. That's the one that you are going all the time, like keep you motivated. But the ones another goal you must have is something that pushes you on every stage. Because if you want to get A's in SPM, you can't just straight away think I want A's in SPM only, and then that's your only goal. You must start from now and then bit by bit. This exam improve a bit, next exam improve a bit by bit until you reach the end. That's how I set my goals,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The bit by bit.
bit by bit.
Yeah, and Rishi share with us about he breaks his ultimate goal into several stages.
Oh yes, the
Mm.
post what you see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We as a moderator, we share about this, right?
Yes, and we
Mm.
learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, still remember. And for me also, currently my goal is to gain straight A plus in SPM and also hope for the best lah.
Hope for the
Oh,
best. Wow.
okay. So after SPM, maybe I would apply for the matrix also because it's a bit difficult to enter.
Mm.
And if no, I will enter. I will take A level, and after that degree, mostly for business analysis or something about data analyst. Yeah,
Oh.
and the final one is like maybe I will become entrepreneur, or after that I would like to become a politician at the end. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So future
and
investors, please make sure to get his number.
Yeah. Please support our Gen Z. Mm.
yeah, hope for the best and aim for the best,
Okay.
like
Aim
yeah,
high, aim high. That's true.
yeah, aim high. And what Rishi told us, aim high. Yeah,
Mm.
that's good. So I think all of us got a clear goal about our studying and also for our future career. That's good. So we are here also encourage all our audience or listeners to set your goals starting from now. Yeah,
Yeah, but one thing to mention is that I found out some of the friends surround me are not really clear about the direction, like including the career, because not everyone is very clear about their interests and knowing like their what type of career suit them. So I think a suggestion for this kind of people is that you can explore yourself in many things, like try out many things to find out which one is the best for you. Mm.
true.
But even if that person try out already, then still don't know.
Wow.
There will always be something that you are inclined towards
Yeah.
more. There will always be one. At
All right,
least one.
all right. I'll take note.
And
You take
maybe
note.
Yeah.
Taking notes.
compared to others, this one is you like more.
Mm.
Or you found out you that's your strength that
Mm.
you
It can
can
be
run easier in that industry or what. Mm.
it can be something so basic, but when you see it properly, you can. It's a possible job. Mm. Anything is possible.
Yeah,
Mm.
and actually understand ourselves is difficult than understand others.
True. That's
Mm.
very true.
Mm. Yes.
Mm. So actually, we need to spend more time to explore ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, lah, I think this can be another topic already. So
Yes. Self
okay,
understanding,
Self
yeah,
exploration.
self exploration. Oh,
well,
okay. Next time. Okay.
maybe it can be the topic. Okay, so the third questions we are going to explore and talk about is our obstacles faced in studying. And I would like to ask if you have faced any obstacles before, how did you deal with it and how you overcome it? Yeah. So I think I can share for myself first. So I think the biggest obstacle I faced, I think most all of you know lah, I changed from government school to private school, and the main difficulty I faced was the conversion of BM language to English language in science subject and also math subjects. Yeah, so that's a bit difficult for me in the beginning, but I think at the end of my Form 2, I spent a lot of time to recall back and to do revision about the chapters I've learned in English. Wow, so that was really hard because I need to translate like some
Mm.
specific words you have to use in science into English.
Oh, the
But
terms.
yeah, the terms.
Yeah.
Oh,
But sometimes the terms are a bit easier because BM is from English, right? The terms.
but sometimes they change C and K
Yeah, yeah.
as and as. Oh, that's
Like carbon dioxide
carbon
become
dioxide.
Oh.
yeah,
Carbon dioxide. Yeah,
and
this
that
is the easy one lah, but
yeah,
it gets
easy
difficult.
one. But more difficult is what the adjective you have to use in certain topics and also the verbs.
Flaccid
Yeah,
for the plant cell. Oh, I'm not sure what is in Malay.
like some specific term lah.
Mm.
So, but for mathematics is quite okay lah because compared to science because science a lot of terms lah. But maths also lah got a little bit terms, not a little bit lah,
Calculation.
comparatively less. But you still need to put effort lah
Calcul-
in this
mm.
both.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it really requires your perseverance and your patience in studying. But at the
Yes.
end, and I keep learning, and if I don't know some topics, I will ask my friends, ask your teachers, yeah, ask people that you think can help you. Yeah, me also the same. So and finally I got over, and now the things getting better. Yeah, that's my story. So the conclusion is whatever obstacles you faced, just trust yourself, believe yourself you can do it, and don't judge yourself like, oh, you can't do it lah, why it's very
Mm.
hard lah. You try first. After you try, even though you can't you can't achieve it, but at least you deserve a compliment to all of us and also from
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Give yourself some time and try your best to do it. Yeah.
Mm. Whoa. So let's invite Felicia to share.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, actually, to be very honest, I didn't meet like such big obstacles in studying like Junjie did. I think the so far, if I really think deeply, the only obstacle that I've made in studying is the uh very packed schedule because um from since primary school till right now I'm a person that very into joining events outside, including some webinar or competition, public speaking, this kind of thing lah. And one obstacle I face is the time management. Is time the time really packed. So what I do is because I'm a quite hardworking person. So I will just try to squeeze every single minute and try to have a is that called like work life balance, event studying balance.
Event studying balance. Yeah, we can make a new word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
I
Yeah,
think
so
work-life balance is
mm,
much better lah.
okay.
Give her a
Yeah,
chance lah.
so hey you
Give her a
yeah,
chance
so
to make a
the
new word.
okay. Work life balance slash event studying balance is the one that I made. And how do I deal with it is that spend more time and like to eliminate unnecessarily time. Like I for nowadays I didn't connect with friends or family really much like I used to do. Like I really spend lesser time in chatting with friends. Instead, I do my own work lah. So that is kind of part of my self exploration journey. Mm. I think so. To conclude, what I've said just now is to uh, be hardworking and spend more time. Mm.
and try to spend most of the time in the things that you prioritize.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, so good sharing from Felicia. Now we invite Rishi to share.
All right. My obstacles in studying came very recently, like this year. So it's quite fresh in my mind. And I'm kind of still going through it. Lah. Okay, so the first thing is the Form 4 syllabus. Until Form 3, I managed to squeeze three in. Lah. Okay, I will be honest, I'm not a very hardworking person. And I'm kind of more of a chill guy. But people do think that I study a lot. I don't even know
Yeah.
why. I don't
Before
know why.
yeah. Before I really know you, I really thought like you are a guy that loves studying a lot.
I love
What's that called?
studying.
I mean, very hardworking. There's word, something like nerd, is it?
Nerd, thank you.
Uh,
What? Are you
sorry.
calling me nerd?
No. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, worries. Okay, the thing is, yeah, people do think that, but in reality, I really don't study. Until Form 3, I didn't study like after. Until the end of Form 3, but after entering Form 4, it was very new to me. Because until Form 3, all the facts were kind of somewhere there lah. So if you know one thing, you can relate it to others. But after entering Form 4, and then after halfway, like June this year, I realized, I'm in a hot soup if I don't study now. So that's when I started to study. The syllabus got harder and harder as it progressed. So it was kind of a bit of trouble for me to get back on track. So now I'm still in the process. I'm hoping to finish the syllabus by this month or next month. So it's an ongoing obstacle. And this is the first one. There's one more. And this one people can relate to more. After MCO started, the first thing that came to my mind when it comes to studying, distractions.
Well,
And
Distraction.
procrastination.
Yes.
I think that one is most of the people face.
Yes.
for
And
example,
for my kid, it was terrible. For
Mm.
example, when I'm studying, if I feel hungry, I will eat right until I finish eating. After eating, and then I will have a certain period of time, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes to rest. So when I eat often, I will have more breaks, right?
oh,
So at
yeah.
the end of the day, I won't finish anything.
Oh,
And I have the habit of waiting for the time to hit 5 exactly, or hit 5:30, the half an hour, half an
oh,
hour.
no wonder, no wonder. I
So
Yeah, I know it's really.
So when I decided to do my things like that, I never managed to finish as much as I wanted to.
for my own case, I'm actually not a person like procrastinate. I seldom procrastinate, but I think the thing that made me the person today is the I'm a person like easily to get anxious and worry. If I don't get the work done or the task done today, I will feel, oh my god, I will feel like I'm a sin or what. So I think maybe you can try to be worry more. I'm not sure whether it helps.
I can't induce myself to become worried.
Oh, what can I help you to become more
Maybe
anxious?
I'm
we
more
can
anxious.
think some negative impacts if you don't do it quickly.
Ah,
That's the problem. When I started studying, I stopped. I imagined all possible scenarios of negative things, the worst kind of stuff, and then I kind of resolved it in my brain. So I'm kind of immune to any kind of thoughts. Yes, it's a very weird thing to do. I know. I have too much free time.
or
I
you can
had,
try
I
out.
had.
Yeah.
I can
Or
try.
you can try out one strategy from Project ID Miss Kayan. In a workshop of procrastination, boost motivation, blah blah, name of the workshop. Then she shared with us like try to find out the very first step you need to do for your task today. For an example, you want to study sejarah, then uh, after Rishi finish eating, maybe you can delete the therapy time or stop looking at the time to reach uh 8 or 8:30. Just ignore it. Then just start from the very first step, like take out the book or stand up. The very first step. just in case like some of the audience, if you face procrastination, maybe you can try out this method.
True.
Just stand up lah. True.
Let's stand up.
Stand up. Mm.
The first step. Yeah. So, anything from which you want to share?
Yeah, that's about it. So I'm still in the ongoing obstacle. How should I put it? I'm still overcoming the obstacle, so it's still relevant to me.
Obstacle or
Fighting.
procrastination.
Obstacle of procrastination.
Yeah, I think most people here are trying to do that.
Yeah.
Fighting. You guys can do it.
How about you? Have you
Okay.
faced any serious obstacles in your studying?
Um, not really much. If you talk about studying in general, not much. But if you go into much more specific, like the study environment, yes, that is something I got to adapt a lot. From primary to secondary school, like that bridge, I struggle a lot to adapt to secondary school at first because during primary school, a lot of my friends are very close together, and most of the time we would talk almost every single day. And when I switched to secondary school, of course, at first you wouldn't talk to a lot of people lah, because all of them are still strangers, and you takes time to get to know people. But as time went by, like I feel like there's a big gap like within like the class. I wouldn't say the whole what do you call that? The whole
Batch.
yeah, the whole batch. Like even the class itself is like a huge gap in it, which is something I find very strange because even in primary school, like everyone is very close, and now there's like a big gap. So yeah, that's something I struggle to really adapt to.
Mm.
And of course, the big one from physical classes to online classes.
Oh, that's a
Well,
big hit. That's a big one.
Yeah, even until now, it's still a bit of a struggle.
yeah.
I'm
So
sure. I'm sure a lot of people still have not really gotten used to it. And by the time when
Yeah.
people
By the
got
way,
used to it, it's everything will be changed already.
by the way, guys, we have an episode talking about online classes and all sorts of things inside. If you're interested, you can check it out. Yeah.
Wait, we got it?
Yeah, we got. Really, we got. Right?
Yeah, Gohar has kind of
Lockdown.
lost
Aiyo.
track of
Oh,
or
lockdown
lost track
lives.
of
Oh
the video,
yeah,
the
Yeah.
podcast. He's lost track of the
Oh.
podcast. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I forgot about that.
Goha edit too much, and he even forgot it.
Yeah.
Okay, so in conclusion, I think Goha faced like the problem of study environment. For example, from primary school to secondary school. And actually, for me, also the same because I switched the school. I think even more serious.
Yeah, yours is much worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
but
same age.
I think I did mention this before, right, in our podcast. So let's ignore it. And for the online classes, how we deal with it. So for our audience, you can check it out on our YouTube channel or other platforms. Yeah. Whoa. So now we enter the most attractive one. Everyone must know. Everyone should know, and everyone wants to know our study tips. I think most of us are very curious about Rishi's study tips. Maybe you can share
Okay.
first. And I remember Sui last time she remembered. Oh, sorry. She mentioned she really wants to know your study tips.
Oh.
See
So maybe
people, see
Rishi start.
people. I told you right. People always think I'm a nerd.
And then,
you're you're the you're number one in our batch, so of course
The
everyone
pin,
wants to learn from the best.
the pinnacle of nerdness. Oh my goodness. It's okay. It's not a very way to put it, but okay. Let me tell you. the secret to studying. Okay, sorry, it was too dramatic. I will go slowly first. So for me, studying in from the beginning, I looked it as a part of learning in life. That's it. I didn't like put all my effort into it. So it started like this. When I was in primary school, I don't really sit down and do revision. It was all verbal and listening. Like, but when I was young, I had more focus, but now I don't. So for now, my study tips, which will be active recall. Do you all know about active recall?
Mm.
Oh yes, I heard it before.
Okay, active recall is something like this. For exams, okay, we can read the same materials again and again and again and again and again. We hope that it becomes muscle memory for us. But in exams, we get questions and we answer. That's how most exams are. So we have to train our brain to get used to the tradition. Questions, answers, question, answers. So right now when I'm studying, when I'm going through a chapter, I first see the terms and the things they want us to memorize. For example, which subject can I take for an example?
Biology.
Biology. Biology. Okay. For biology, our 10th chapter, I think. Transport in human, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
I think
true.
so. Yeah, transport in human. So when you're going to, when I'm going through the heart portion, like the left atrium, right atrium, and all sorts, we can make up own questions. I will make up my own questions. For example, what does the right atrium does? It receives blood from the vena cava. And then I will do something like a flashcard. Questions, answers, questions, answers. So when I'm trying to do my revision, I just look at the question and try to remember what is the answer. If I can remember, I move on to the next one. If I can't remember, I will put it under the whole deck and then I will go through another cycle and try to remember it back again. So it kind of reinforces in my brain that this term will be in my brain for a long time. So that's what I learned from the MCO. Then I'm
AI.
applying it.
Okay. I highly suspect we have watched the same video because I I also implemented this method around 2 months. Like in the past, I used to do notes on the chapter that I'm not really familiar with, and my notes is something like mind map or the key point. But right now, my notes is all of a question. Then during exam or beforehand exam, I only need to read through the question and active recall back the answers. And I think that really helps for revising, and it's really much more easier to revise.
Well, good.
That's true. That's true.
Hey.
And there's a website for it if the audience want to take a look at it. It's called Remnote. REMNOTE. Yeah, you can try it out.
Yeah,
It's a
and
Send
and
desktop
we
me
will
app.
share it.
send me the link for it so I can put it in the description.
Sure. I will send
Yeah,
the Remnote link.
and we will share it on Instagram. Yeah.
Uh,
Instagram.com/podcast_ms.
Plug in.
Rishi, you finish your sharing.
Yeah, that's how I do most of my studying. So it helps me to remember and takes way less time than reading the entire stuff.
And Felicia, want you to share again? Or
Okay, my studying tips is actually quite simple. I think most of the people will have the mind like after they listen to the class or having a tuition, they'll tell themselves, okay, we will tell ourselves, okay, now I listen one time, then later I revise. But I think that is not something really effective. If you want really effective one, you can try uh, when you are listening to your teacher's explanation, try to remember it at the spot instead of thinking having extra time to memorize it. Try to memorize it at the spot, and it will uh, make your studying time more optimum. And I and I actually use do you guys know Notion, right? The app.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Notion, the manager, the task
Notion.
manager, I think.
I Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's really good, not only for studying, but manage your time and manage your personal life. Yeah, I think I will come up with one like tutorial, like how a secondary school student can utilize Notion to do things in Instagram. So you guys can check out also.
Taking
so
down
guys,
notes.
we not only learn the studying tips from Felicia, we also learn how she managed her time. Wow, so this
Yeah.
episode is very valuable
And how
to
to
all of
manage
us.
Yeah.
life.
And how to manage your boyfriend.
And a girlfriend.
Boyfriend.
What?
Which one you prefer? Choose it yourself.
maybe Fe- maybe Felicia can share next time. Ah.
Yeah, maybe can.
All right, we're waiting for that.
Okay, and Go how?
And
What is your study tips? Oh, or Felicia want to share something?
oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
so
interested to listen like from Junjia's study tips. Seems like you have a lot of motivation study tips.
yeah, I will share completely later. No, 99%. Oh.
The secret ingredient will not be shared.
The secret one is the thing that everyone can
Uh,
practice.
okay, let's go how.
Okay. So Goha, what's your studying tips?
I don't think I have much to share. I don't think that people will really benefit from mine. So, Junjie, what about yours?
Why? Oh, you
Ah,
suddenly become a host. Okay. Okay, so I would like to share my studying tips. Actually, the logics that I study is I apply a method which is called Feynman method of learning. Do you hear before?
Yeah, the teaching one.
Yeah. Actually, initially I don't know I apply this method because these methods there are four elements which are sorry which are concept, teaching, review, and simplifying. And for me, after I learn a chapter, or after I learn a topic, I would try to understand all about it first and do deeper research about the things that you interested. For example, if you learn like escape velocity, I will try to find the origin, find the origin of this formula, how it derived, or maybe can find something related to this formula, how it applied in a certain field, and this can help you to understand better. Yeah, after you do revision about a whole chapter, there's a very important thing you have to do. Like you need to assume that you are a teacher. You want to teach a person. You want to teach a person, and that person he has no basic, he has no foundation. So you have to teach him from the beginning. Like for example, if I learn human digestive system, I would explain all of this to a person. Like for me, sometimes if my brother is around me, I would judge him like my student, and I would teach him. Okay,
Poor
really,
brother.
really, really, and
Very
and
pity like your brother.
he would be like, "Walao, my brother start again, oh, my brother start again," and
Hey, actually,
he
it helps
yeah
if you imagine your student to be very young. So you have to use very simple words to explain what you want to say lah. It helps in
yeah.
understanding.
So you judge yourself like a teacher, and you have to teach the chapters, the things that you learned before to a person. Yeah, so this can help you to make everything simplified. You can simplify every chapters, every content if you teach a person. Yeah, because explanation is very hard sometimes, especially for like the chapters that are very hard lah, like especially biology lah. And also for the chapter like you need a lot of memorizing. You can use the method like um you can imagine, for example, what we learned before, like the chemistry about the insoluble salt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the example lah.
acronym.
Yeah,
Double
the acronym.
decomposition.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also based on what I learned, teaching is very important lah. After you learn a chapter, yeah. So this is the first thing, and also if you can't master or you think this topic is really hard, take make notes, make notes, and make notes. Drawing is very important also. For me, if I would like after I revise a chapter, I won't see the textbook. I won't see any book. I just write down what I learned, what I remember, what I remember. I would like write up, write, and then after I recall back, oh, I missed out something, or I didn't write out something. Maybe you didn't focus on that, so you have to recall back about it, and then you can master a chapter completely. And after that, it's very important in our SPM lah, to practice and past year questions. Very very important.
Yes, agree,
True, very
agree.
true, very true, very true.
But especially for SPM you really need a lot of practice and
Technique.
do a lot of past year exam questions, and especially for admits
Actually, for SPM, the main thing we are trying to make education muscle memory to one extent that you don't have to think too much about it. You just know what to do.
yeah.
But I feel like the syllabus has changed and there are more and more kebat question in our exam. So it's no longer completely technical stuff, but your brain need to move lah.
Yeah, move town.
So
Yeah,
doing research about certain topic is quite important. Quite important also. Not only study from your textbook. Maybe you can search something online. Yeah, and for me, I like physics very much, right? And
yeah,
sometimes I would watch the videos about maybe every chapter I would, and sometimes there are some softwares for us. For example, if I learn progressive wave and stationary wave, I can download some software to help me to make illustration, help me for my imagination, so I can have a concrete mindset there. Yes, also help me a lot.
That's a nice one. Implementing it with something else we have.
Yeah, you need sometimes you need the illustration. If you if you only read through the chapters you cannot tahan one. You need something to help
yeah.
you. Yeah,
Visualizing out the info
true.
and
Visualization very important.
yeah. And just some addition on what you just said just now about the making notes one. If you found out you have left out something, try to use different color pen. And when you revise, right, you how to say, you will need to focus more on the another color pen because it is what you left out. So to remind yourself and
Yeah,
make the revision process easier.
and for me, I would choose to do the mathematics questions or the hard questions in the morning. In the morning,
Tiny.
Brain works
because
better in the morning.
yeah, because my mind
Yeah.
is in the best condition in morning And for the night time, maybe I would utilize my time to do like questions related to language. Yeah, that's my tips
This is very.
Mm,
You say first.
actually, I think it is different for everyone, but I think for most of the people, morning is quite good for them. For me, my brain works very well for language in at night and uh, mathematics stuff in the afternoon. So for at the morning, my brain cannot work totally. I can only like listen and absorb. But if do some exercise, my brain cannot tahan. I've tried it out.
Yeah,
Only can
this really
memorize
different
sejarah.
It's very important for everyone to
To
monitor
identify.
the whole day, like when they are feeling the most energetic and when they're feeling the laziest and all sorts, so that they can arrange their time according to their energy level. That's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that the study tips we have just shared is quite a lot and maybe will be overwhelming for some of the audience, but I think it's important for you to identify which one you need to try out and which one you need to practice and write it down, or motivate yourself to practice, because as we know, a person can simply attend thousands of motivational talk and know thousands of study tips but don't take action, and that one is completely useless. So I hope you guys, after listening to this episode, can take some useful action and change, yeah, and have some positive change.
True. Taking actions is the most important.
Yeah, prominent.
Well,
Okay.
so let's come to our conclusion today. Studying is a never-ending journey, but on this journey, we can see a lot of pictures, scenery that is unforgettable. As a teenager, studying is the best way to explore the world, to discover ourselves, and even create our own future. And also, it gives us more chances in our life. So, everyone, be determined in the path of studying because the efforts will never fail you. Let's fight for our future. Wow, very 鸡汤. Okay, remember to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you are on YouTube. You can also check us on Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, and also Apple Podcasts. While you are there, make sure to follow us so that you won't miss any of our future episodes. You can also follow our Instagram page to know more about us. Thank you and see you in the next episode. Bye!